It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get it higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. My yegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. My yegun don't come, oh yo yo. Man of the masses.
Good evening to you, good morning to you, good afternoon to you from wherever you are, you are watching from. This is Mayegun live. And as we always do, remember, share the broadcast, like the video, tell others that Mayegun is live. I'm going to do the same thing. We have a lot to talk about tonight. So let me say this just before we continue, okay? As everyone is joining the service on the Temple of Truth tonight, okay? I choose to say this anyway. Whatever you think is right should always be what you stand for. Do not or ever join the bandwagon of if you can't beat them, you join them. The reason is because for every decision in life, there is always a consequence, if not consequences. Just same way we have been told elections have consequences. But above all, be very confident, courageous when you know that something is right, even if it's not going to benefit you directly. maybe somebody else. If it is right, always, always choose to be on the right side. It's something I want to start with. Buhari is going to Imo State tomorrow. We have a lot to talk about that because the IPOB has declared a sit-at-home tomorrow. And Imo State government, as I have been told, under the hopeless Uzodinjo, they have decided to go and hire people from neighboring states, like not even neighboring, as far as Kogi, including women that are expected to dress as Igbo women that will be singing and dancing, welcoming Buhari tomorrow. Above it all, VAT war. Don't go anywhere. Share the broadcast. What should you know about VAT, value added tax? We have all been talking about how rigged Nigeria system is, and why the rigged system work for those who are milking the system, those who add little or no value to the running capital of that system. They are the beneficiary, and therefore they choose that the status quo should remain even when everything doesn't even make any sense. VAT on your consumables, so everything you buy that you consume or use, VAT, value added tax. But guess what? The biggest taxpayer, the highest taxpayer in Nigeria, do you want to guess? The highest company or the highest business or the business paying the highest tax in Nigeria, highest VAT, highest this, highest that. You know what? They are the Nigerian breweries, not MTN, not all these your oil companies and the rest of them. The highest payer, the company paying the highest tax in Nigeria is the Nigerian breweries. The manufacturer or the producers of all our alcoholic drink, if not almost everyone, not everything anyway. Nigeria has a population of 200 million people, they told us. And they also told us that 2/3 of that population lives in northern part of Nigeria. They told us that Nigeria is, not one religious country to start with. However, which means that Nigeria is a multi-religious country, including those who don't believe in any religion, okay? However, that is on paper. In practice, a part of Nigeria, northern Nigeria, mostly, not all of them, most of them practice silently Sharia, which is the Islamic law over what is consumable or not consumable in their states. But because Nigeria is rigged, right, where they structure Nigeria in a way that they said there are some states with poor people, and for them to survive, they have to rely on the rich states where economy or economic activities are not altered or dictated by religious beliefs and the rest of that. So those who are so religious, they have become so poor, very, very poor, that they rely on the haram, especially haram, the money from alcohol. Haram, they called it, in their region there, the Islamic Republic of Northern Nigeria. But the hypocrisy didn't stop them from sharing from VAT. It is heartbreaking because they said Nigeria is a secular country with secular law, whatever that even means. But every day you read it in the news. how they set up their own Sharia police to go after the poor people or any other person they can muzzle to obey Sharia and Islamic law, why they still go about and wait to collect money from those areas, southern Nigeria, where you are allowed to drink alcohol as long as you know you are responsible for whatever happened after that. So you are on your own. As long as you drink alcohol, government can take taxes. But you know what? Money from all those economically viable states, which is southern Nigeria. Yeah. Money from there, taxes from there are, they are raked every month, including whatever is sold by the federal government of Nigeria. So they will now put all of that money in a jar. It's like taking all your money from everywhere, everybody's money, and you put it in a jar. It will become so much. Then that federal government will now say, how many states do we have in southern Nigeria? 17. How many local governments do you have in southern Nigeria? This. How many states do you have in northern Nigeria? Oh, well, 19. How many local governments do you have? This. So, okay, now we have to give them according to their population. But you see, some of you who contributed the money, we will be nice to you too. Don't worry. What we're going to do is that you that contributed oil money, you will collect 13% derivation. Those of you who contributed most money for VAT, value added tax, will give you some percentage back. Now let's use numbers now. Okay, the fraud for years. Yeah, this is how they have been funding states like Zamfara, what do you call it? Well, Zamfara, Gombe, Yobe, Niger, Sokoto, Kano, and the rest of them. Because Kano has over 40 local government areas. Lagos State has just 20 local government areas. That is what is recognized by Nigeria, even though you have 57 local government areas and SCDA, local council development area, whatever you call it. But when they share money in Abuja, after they collect all the money, when they share the money in Abuja, they will give Kano the money that suits 40 local government areas. They will come back to Lagos. They will give them money that suits 20 local government areas. Now, let's use numbers again. Wike, which is actually somebody who is doing the Lord's work right now. Doesn't matter what we think. This is what is going on. Wike went to court and he said, we will no longer fund, well, I'm using my own words now, okay? Indirectly. We will no longer fund the sponsorship of terrorism in northern Nigeria. We will no longer fund the arrogance, lazy, and what do you call it, of these northern criminals called politicians. We will no longer give you access to free money to continue to pay your repentant terrorists while Nigeria bleeds. How? In June 2021, they generated over 47 billion from Lagos State alone. In the entire Nigeria, only 6 states can survive without the federal government allocation every month. 6 states. Good enough, Kano is one of them. And Kaduna. The rest are in southern Nigeria. But here is the deal. Lagos State, all of you in Lagos State, living in Lagos State, they were able to take 47 billion from you. 47 billion. And from that 47 billion, they gave you back, they gave Sonwo-Iku, they gave him back 9.7 billion from 47 billion. Let's even round it up, 10 billion. 37 billion, boom, in the cookie jar, big cookie jar, so that Gombe can get something like 5 billion. Somewhere else can get like 3 billion, 4 billion. Borono can get like 7 billion, even though they contribute zilch. No dime. So that's the rigged system we are talking about. The rigged system that brought people to the point that, listen, people ask for true federalism. They said it's against the North. People ask for restructuring. They said it's against the North. Now that people are asking for the breakup of Nigeria, they said that is, in fact, a war against the North. However, Wike did something. He went to his House of Assembly. He told them to make law. I need you to make law. I will sign it. And that law is that we will no longer contribute the money of River State people to the federal VAT nonsense they are talking about. We are not going to pay it anymore. Because River State generated about 15.1 billion on VAT alone. No, I'm not even talking about that money they are looting from southern Nigeria. This is VAT now, just VAT. Figures, facts and figures. The River State generated over 15 billion in June. Guess how much they gave them back in that June? 4.7 billion or 4.5 billion. Round it up, 5 billion. From 15 billion. So 10.1 billion, boom, in that cookie jar. As they have already destroyed all the economic activities in northern Nigeria, whereby many of them now rely solely on what they get from Abuja or any free grant, loan, anything that they can lay their hands on, nothing productive, and there is no plan for it. Why did I say that? River State government that went to court, after they passed the law, Wike signed the law. The next thing, they just went to court. And they took the Federal Revenue Service, or what do they call them, FIRS, it took them to court that you will no longer collect VAT in River State. We will no longer give you VAT. The VAT will be collected by the River State government and it will be spent on the River State people. You cannot be destroying bottles of beer in Kano, celebrating it, saying, your Allah, your Allah, your Allah said, your Allah, and the rest of that. When they share the money, your Allah doesn't complain. I'm talking about these criminals from northern Nigeria who thought Nigeria, or who still think Nigeria is their own grandfather's territory or conquered territory, they said. Wike found a very favorable judge. First Federal High Court, first the next appeal court. And guess what? They won. Immediately they won. Lagos State government just activated their own bill in Lagos. That, listen, we are not giving up our 47 billion. 1 month, though, just 1 month, though, 47 billion going to some people who are sitting down, negotiating with terrorists, who are sitting down, setting up different boards. They call them Kano Taliban, Isba. You get what I mean now? The hypocrisy stinks, but it is a good move for many of us who have been talking and asking. Their moves should be made to detach the southern Nigeria from the grip of the aimless, unproductive criminals who only loves power and the flex that comes with power. Drag it away from them only if the southern Nigeria can say, you know what, we are making a law. You know, we can make a bill and say, we are making a proclamation. Southern Nigeria is going to be independence of northern Nigeria, just like that. They will beg. Southern Nigeria said, don't destroy our economic survivor. You and your cows, the cows you are defending, the terrorists you are negotiating for, releasing and pardoning, They are hell bent in destroying our economic existence in southern Nigeria. When you introduce kidnapping, when you introduce this mass insecurity on the people, where people can no longer travel freely, where people get kidnapped, when they are going on about their normal businesses, you are destroying our economic survivor. Nigeria has destroyed us enough. You shut down our border, destroy every economy in our region, and we made law and said, no, 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 we're not gonna just sit back. Now let's stop this destruction. And then you guys came back to say that move of banning open grazing is against the northern Nigeria. Okay. What about we stop funding that terrorism genuinely? You may not like Wiki, you may not like Sonwo and the rest of them, but here is the gist. Federal government of Nigeria deliberately, or let me say the Fulani government of Nigeria, they deliberately, from that 1966, they deliberately destroyed what could have made the regions as they were greater today if they were left to develop on their own, as they were doing back then before this revenge terrorist took over. And what do I mean by that? Southern Nigeria, Southwest alone, contributes over 310 billion naira without Lagos. So I'm talking about the remaining 4 Southwest states, including Ogun State or your state, right? Contribute over 300 billion naira into that VAT a year. Lagos State government and Lagos State alone contributes more than 60% of the entire VAT that Nigeria generates every month. Don't let me confuse you. Let's start from this. As a Yoruba man, if Western region was left to be Western region as we were back then, right now, we will probably never have any Fulani controlling Apapa Wharf. We'll probably never have any Fulani giving an order to shut down our borders. We'll probably never have the Fulanis telling us that we can't arrest and prosecute criminal terrorists who are invading our farms and our lands and killing our people. We'll never have that. We'll probably never be party to this darkness that they have brought upon Nigeria, if we were left alone. And I have my reasons for saying that, okay? Western region of Nigeria became so advanced and so futuristic that some of the policies that the first scholars embarked upon when Nigeria got independence, before Nigeria got independence, and after Nigeria got independence, will tell you that we would have been greater today. First television station in Africa, the first people to actually, utilize the agriculture to build an economy that was so thriving and so good enough that we were able to build the first skyscraper in the entire Africa, first television station in the entire Africa before France, the former colonial, master in Africa. We were able to implement and execute. We were able to, to start and execute what has become the model: free education, free healthcare system in Western region and the Western of Africa. At the time, we would probably then, we had what we call the farm settlements, developmental settlements, where people, families live on their different farm settlements, government farm settlements, where we could grow our own food. We could, we could do anything. We probably wouldn't be in the darkness today, where we are unable to even generate our own electricity today, because they stole all of that dream from us. And we became beggarly as we are now today. Okay, so we would probably not lose all of this to them, where people will now be dictating for us. Now, I was checking, and we found out that being part of, and the same thing goes for the Biafran people, our people on the other side, on the east, in the eastern coast there, right? they will probably not be so reliable on Lagos, you know that, except for those who are running their businesses or who will be running their businesses in Lagos. They'll probably have expanded different, open up different frontiers, different, different seaports for themselves, for different importation and exportation of their own locally produced goods. They would have been great. But they were told that they had to be part of this unfortunate Nigeria. They were even forced to be part of it. They were killed, still being killed, to still be part of that one Nigeria. The purpose is this. There are scavenger, part of that, the scroungers part of the country that cannot do without what they are stealing from the southern Nigeria. Now let's break that down, okay? We have insecurity problem. If there is a true federalism, okay, true federalism means that each state, they will have to promulgate their own laws according to their own cultures and belief. True federalism. True federalism would have separated the power enough for every organ of government to understand their limitation, especially when it comes to land, local policing, local economy, and then, local health and education and the rest of that. People needs to do that based on their own belief. Same thing means that if you have a belief that says you have to fund your education for free, then you must also have the resources or creative mind to fund such lofty ideas. When Awolowo proposed free education in Western Nigeria way back in 1954, even before then, free education, he was able to to table everything before us that then, well, he was able to lay bare how he was going to fund that free education policy, how he was going to fund the free healthcare policy, how he was going to revolutionize agriculture in Yoruba land, how he was going to promote the foreign relationship with other countries. Even though we are just part of a country, we are not completely under their total control. That was then. They had plans. To execute the plans, they were able to tell people how they were going to do it. That's why people will be bragging and tell you, Awolowo funded the free education with cocoa money. Yes, cocoa money, not oil money, not free money, not federal money, not a donation from any or contribution or capping and that you have today. No. And that's how it should be. True federalism. Okay. Texas in America, they have oil. They are like your Niger Delta in Nigeria. California, they don't have oil, but they have the population and the size of the land that could make them so economically viable as long as they open up without having to do that. I mean, without having to rule with religious sentiments. California is richer than Texas, despite the fact that Texas has oil. Lagos State is just 20 million people. The size of Lagos State, you can get up to 10 to 15 size of Lagos State inside. Well, maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe 5 size of Lagos State inside Kano alone. They told us the population of Kano is 20 million too. But Lagos State can generate over 1 trillion naira on all taxes in Lagos with that small space. But Kano can only generate 2.8 billion. Think about that. True federalism. So that simply means Kano must live according, is either Kano find a way to create wealth by opening up without using, well, don't ask me that dumb question, Mazi, okay? Sometimes some of you need to learn, okay, how to have a communication, have a conversation. Asking me if I'm now for true federalism, okay, because I'm explaining that to you. Something that should have been what people were asking for. So I'm for true federalism. Yes, I am for it. True federalism is what people were asking for. And they said it was against the North. So because true federalism will give everyone the control over their resources, control over how they are governed, including how they are protected, the interest and wherever they open up to. So it's now left for Kano to create their own way of making more money. Either to partner with other people on whatever they have to sell without having to wait for Lagos State to raise money so that they can collect share from it. That is Nigeria of today. Borno doesn't have to, because Kano will tell you that they will give Buhari 2 million votes. Borno will say they will give him 2 million votes. Because all they needed is just to grab the power to control the resources of other people and then force them to shout one Nigeria, one Nigeria. True federalism was what people asked for. A true federalism means that if somebody is stealing your money, you can easily face them without them having to give an excuse that, well, it's because of the peanut they gave us from Abuja. It is all this injustice. What thing you go do? You cannot break up. When you ask them that, when they say Nigeria is Nigeria unity or Nigeria wherever is not negotiable, what they are telling you is that they have grown so lazy that they know most of these guys parading themselves as their leaders. Parading themselves as their leaders in northern Nigeria, threatening and intimidating people up and down, intimidating and threatening war. If there is no that free money from the rest of southern Nigeria, some of them will be chased across the desert. Some of them will be lynched by their people because that is the only thing. That is why they have power to give 2 million votes, 5 million votes, Borno, IDP camp, 10 million votes, and all these votes. This is what brought about the strife, the rage, the anger. We have to break up. We have to go our different ways. We have to go and take over Apapa Wharf. The Biafrans have to open up their own seaport. You know what I mean? All that. That's how we got here. So Gombe now came out and they said, Borno should not, Southern Nigeria should please be their brother's keepers. Gombe. The people that will tell you that if you don't agree with Buhari, go and register to vote. Go and contest the election and vote. Meanwhile, that too, they've rigged it. In a federal system, in a true federal system of government. You see why I'm making this explanation is this. We should all learn something. Well, I'm glad I've got friends on here that actually understand why these explanations are very important. Before people arrived at the point where they started saying, break it up, we are not interested, break everything up, we are done. It's because they have explored all ways to reason and say, why can't we just sit down together and sort this out? And whenever they ask for that, these criminals, this lazy bum from the north, who love power only, they will say that move is against the north. So if you listen to somebody who says, we are not interested in anything anymore, we just want to break up. All we want is Biafra. We don't want anything. We don't want to have any. We don't want true federalism. We don't want this. We don't want restructuring. We don't want anything anymore. It's because they have tried every means to make them see why. If you don't want Nigeria to break up, then let people handle their own affairs and break the hold that makes these leeches If they don't have the capacity to run their states, then close the state, to close them down, match them to other ones that can fund them. I mean, that's how we got here. Through federalism, election. They have a fake constitution, a military constitution, that says the power to appoint or sack the INEC chairman is in the hand of whoever is the president. But he must do that. If he appoints somebody now, he will send his name through the National Assembly for them to verify the person. If he wants to sack the person, all he has to do is what? Write the National Assembly and tell them that he is replacing the person. So meanwhile, the National Assembly should have been the house of everyone from every part of Nigeria who is currently possibly affected. The people affected, whose people are actually affected with all this insecurity and this economic destruction of Buhari's government. They are supposed to be there to speak for their people. But Nigeria, as rigged as it is, okay, those products you see in those in their National Assembly, they are products mechanized and processed from the same states where you have criminal governors, who are also waiting on the Araba every month. So they have no means of controlling what the president does or whoever is in the executive. Therefore, the president and his team and his party, they dare have hold on the electoral umpire all over the country. They said, well, if you want to make people to believe in a system, let them have the right to choose their leaders to start with. If you have the right and power to choose your own representatives, maybe the people who want Biafra can go on and vote for those who will fight for Biafra for them. Those who want to do a republic, they can go into that system and trust the system and vote for the people who can fight for the Dua republic. But people know that it is a rigged system. Transfer election results electronically, use a biometric to identify all the voters, to reduce voters' fraud. They boycotted all of that. And they're still pretty much in charge of who becomes what, who is the highest bidder in every part of the country, making more people to say, to hell with your elections, to hell with your deceit and your fraud, and so to say. But in a true federalism, each state, the way they are always constituted, you will see the political parties, they will be the ones to be the member of the electoral body. They will send representatives to be members of the electoral body of their own state and localities. Are you following me? Including those who are pretty much like, they call them the independents, those who are not in any political party. You make them members of the electoral umpire. And then you let those who are eligible to vote, let them be identifiable, not all these KKK, Kaduna, Kano, and Katsina, all this KKK vote, fraudulent vote from IDP camp, fraudulent vote from unoccupied forest lands where they claim to have more population, but they are actually deserts. To counter any other voting and whatever that comes from any other part of the southern Nigeria. So, in a nutshell, they know that in a true federalist country, the Biafrans can choose one day, since they have the right to pick and name a political party after their own, their own goal, Biafra. But in Nigeria today, as for you to let them, for all of you to know that it's so rigged, they've done so well to make sure that you have no right whatsoever to register any political party in the name of your own nationality. Nigeria has over 250 nationalities that make up that country. 250 countries making up one country. They are trying to forge together, and the reason why it's not working. So since there is no true federalism, and the people claim that Nigeria cannot be restructured, Nigeria cannot be this. So when you see the war on VAT, people like us will begin to start seeing a bit of a ray of light that, okay, maybe even this southern elite, they are eavesdropping on us. Somehow, even though they are in on it, the robbery and those who are benefiting from the robbery of Nigeria, maybe somehow they actually agree with us that Nigeria should break up. Oh. But small, now so it go be. When you start taking few things away from what they used to be. For example, this VAT war. If Lagos State finally passed their own law and they stop contributing to the VAT, I can tell you right now, free of charge, 80% of the states from northern Nigeria, they will run into bankruptcy. This is why there will be no bailout money anymore. Nigeria is bankrupt already. You see the free money coming from, they say Nigeria is currently spending 90% of their revenue to service debts, which simply means they have little left to share. So they will have to resort to printing money to make sure that some of these states will be able to pay their salaries. Okay? Now, when it gets to that stage, and all of a sudden, we have heard now that so many other states in southern Nigeria are considering this too, which is great. Now, if they do that, that simply means that one by one, we may wake up tomorrow and they will just say, oh yeah, southern Nigeria is passing a resource control bill. And they will no longer, they will now have the right and access to their own resources in their own land. Now, all of these things, they are rebellious. You may not understand them now, but they are fatal completely to the Fulanization agenda, because southern Nigeria has been the one funding the terrorism. Southern Nigeria has been the ones funding the banditry. Southern Nigeria has been the one funding the poverty in northern Nigeria. Now, when you begin to take away that lifeline, lifeblood, remember, Zamfara gold belongs to Zamfara. Maybe it will begin to make sense. Are you following me? Because it's beginning to make sense to me. I don't know how long they're going to push it. But when you begin to cut off their source of funding, the world economy that has crashed today has affected the revenue of Nigeria. How can you be making about, how can you be making about 2 trillion naira? And you are servicing debts with 1.9 trillion and you only have 100 billion naira to spend. Where do you think you're going to make the money from? That is why they increased tax, increased this, increased that. And all these tax increase, all these things they are increasing, doesn't affect them in northern Nigeria. Not as much as you would expect, because economic life has been destroyed and ruined beyond 60% in northern Nigeria today. No joke. Because of the killings and the insecurity. So what they rely on is that they increase tax, they increase this, they started to borrow money from dead people, dormant accounts, they want to seize all the money in dormant accounts. They started borrowing money from pensioners, they want to take money from the pension fund. They started printing money, over 70 billion, 80 billion naira every month to make sure that it augments whatever money now they said they banned cryptocurrency. Instead of them to now introduce cryptocurrency, since cows are more expensive than a barrel of crude oil now in Nigeria. You don't know, a barrel of oil in Nigeria now, a barrel of oil is $42 or $45. I'm not sure, but even put the barrel of oil, put everything for $70. Okay, let's be generous. $70. How much is $70 in Nigeria? 35,000 naira. Or 36,000 naira. Can you buy a cow with 36,000 naira? Can you? No, you can't. Okay? But what I'm trying to say is that they ban cryptocurrency because young people, in Nigeria, they are finding a way around trading in stock, cryptocurrency, Dogecoin, and so many of these Uafefe. And they are making a lot of money from it. And in Nigeria, na Yahoo Yahoo that they call them. So the CBN just ban it. And people will say, okay, what are you going to introduce now? Cryptocurrency. Since cows are more expensive than crude oil now. So now cryptocurrency, they didn't introduce anything. They said they are introducing e-naira. E-naira. Thank you so much, Baba T. Baba T. Coastal cities and states all around the world always have higher population figures than inner cities, states, except for Nigeria. There is no way Kano has 20 million people. I agree with you. People, geographers have told us that the way the world population work, yeah, if you are traveling from the savannah to the Sahara, where savannah is where you have the greenery, where you have the water, the river, the rain, everything is like, all bubbling and bustling. People are always concentrated there more. And the more you approach up north, the more you approach, the more the population will begin to dwindle. But in Nigeria, na lie. They say when you are traveling from the north, there are so many there. And according to them, one man can give birth to 50 children. Blah, 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 other nonsense they told us. We didn't know that they actually merged Mali, Chad, Niger, Libya, and the rest of them as part of northern Nigeria that we didn't know. Borderless north. So they said they are more than instead of them to now use that population to make more money, they decided to use religion to oppress the poor, limit their advantage, limit their opportunities, and continue to tell them if they go against that law, they are going against the law of Sharia, and they will either be killed because that's blasphemy. Now, since if the southern Nigeria says, okay, yeah, we're going to stop the Apapa War, for example, because we can, Yorubas can stop that. If they say, yeah, we are no longer going to give a barrel of oil anymore, since the barrel of oil is not even expensive as a cow, let Nigeria make more money from cow. And let the people who have the oil use their oil, even if they want to drink them, or if they want to bath with it, bath themselves with it, or if they want to shower with it, doesn't let them have their oil. One day we're going to wake up and you're going to see that they'll say court judgment, because that's what happened in this issue of a VAT. All it takes is just that. Once you say we are not giving you again, boom. So you may not like Wike. I don't like Wike. But you see that move, it's a very bold one. Those who are funding terrorists in northern Nigeria, those who are supporting the terrorist enablers in government of northern Nigeria, let them sell cows to pay repentant bandits. Do you get that now? Buhari is going to Imo State tomorrow. And this kind trip is a different one entirely. Before now, IPOB declared, and you know the IPOB is their nightmare. You know that. Some said sit at home is hurting and ruining the business in the East. But there are many things ruining the businesses in the East. Sit at home is not one of them. Sit at home is so powerful of a tool. Yeah. They call it non-confrontational protest. But it seems that it is too powerful for the people who claim to be powerful people in Eastern Nigeria. Trust me, sit at home is so huge that the politicians, the governors in Eastern Nigeria, they have to hire people, hire terrorists, give them guns and all the protections they need to go out there and start attacking people, burning their vehicles, burning stores, attacking people in the name of IPOB. Let me tell you something. You will be too naive to believe that any manner of arson and what do you call it, attacks and what have you on anyone in eastern Nigeria is carried out by unknown gunmen. And these unknown gunmen, they are IPOB members. You'll be too naive to believe that, because that is what the government, the politicians are telling you, Abi. Sit at home. I've only read about it in the papers. I've read about that in the books and all of that. I have actually never, ever really witnessed it until the IPOB took the Biafran struggle to a new level. Then it wasn't for a protest. Then it was to pay respect to the lost Biafrans. Now it has become a non-confrontational tool, because then they said, oh, these Biafrans are going to, look at them, they are too many. Look at them, look at the crowd. Hey, look at this, hey, government should do something about these Biafrans. So the Biafrans were so intimidating. Everywhere you see them, they were so intimidating, especially to the Buhari idiots, the Lagos Abobakus, the Oshogbo Almajiris, those who blame other people for their predicament, their unfortunate existence, and their poverty, mostly caused by their own oppressive, cold-hearted leaders. Ah, look at this crowd. Oh boy, see people for Aba. These guys are more than 10,000. Hey, this is not, the government must do so. I can't forget that time. People were scared that, hey, even Nnamdi Kanu should just say, Pem, oh boy, everything is over. People were having nightmare. Buhari was having dream that IPOB came in, they grabbed him in inside Aso Rock, and they beat him until the mask fall off. All that kind of dreams make Buhari go paranoid. And Opus Odinjo, the person that became fourth in an election, only to be declared winner by the Tanko Technicality Supreme Court. Now they are all living in fear because IPOB said, okay, we won't come out anymore. I remember when Mazin Nnamdi Kanu said, we are going to stop all the IPOB meetings because first, they said we're going to stop all the rallies. No more rally, no more anything. Don't let, because Nigerian police will come out there and kill you. They will come there and arrest you, bully you, intimidate you. Okay, stay away. Just do your meetings everywhere. And there are many, honestly speaking. Like I said, I actually miss those old days when you will see the Biafrans and their flags in Aba, in Onitsha, in but everywhere then. They were so intimidating and they were so impressive. So when they stopped showing up in the public, intimidating many people who are actually so jealous to feel like, how did Nnamdi Kanu get all these people? What did he tell them? How did he make them ready? And you could tell, they're like, we are ready to die, Biafra or death. Then they started sitting at home since they couldn't meet anymore. IPOB came out, they said, please, we want you to stop all the meetings. Since the Nigeria government, Nigeria soldiers are going to their meetings, they will go in there, they will arrest them, old men, old women, people who actually love their community, discussing how and,
Then Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I remember that time, he said, we're going to stop all the meetings. From now on, we'll do all our meetings online while we continue to propagate the message of Biafra. I remember those days, those times, when he actually made that pronouncement. Now people are sitting at home. Those who thought they were so powerful that they could crush anybody, including kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya, they still have no peace. And it can't be like, say, this sit at home of a thing is even more deadlier than the public protests that the Biafrans are always known for, the public rallies and all of that. Because as we speak, it is like a dagger down. The people are going to stay away tomorrow. Buhari himself is going to intimidate the people away. Let me tell you something. Whatever those politically correct cloud chasers on social media are trying to tell you, if you go deeper into the heartland of Biafra, the communities, I'm not talking about you staying in an hotel in Owerri, where they are giving you pepper soup and the rest of that for your night, and they are talking about how people feel about Biafra, IPOB. And those your drunk guys are probably telling you, no, nothing, no matter. You don't know where it's also coming from because you came to town too. Go into the heartland, go into the communities, go into the rural areas where people are so devoted. And to them, Nnamdi Kanu is another savior sent to them by Chukwu Obiama, the Almighty God that they pray to send them somebody that will be a torch bearer. To you on social media, jealous of how did he do it? How did he manage to do that? It's unexplainable, right? Now back to the Imo states. Even if IPOB didn't ask people to stay at home tomorrow, normally, only the hired, hungry political jobbers are always going to show up anyway. Because if you ask me, what exactly is Buhari coming to do in Imo State tomorrow? They want to come and show him the dead bodies, where they dump all the bodies of the missing IPOB, IPOB members and other innocent people they kidnap. In the name of IPOB, they going is hopeless or danger going to take Buhari around to go and see the burial, the burial site where they buried all those dead bodies. Take him through to Olu to go and see all the houses that his soldiers burned down. The people killed and shot and killed in their own homes for being suspected to be supporters and members of IPOB. So declaring sit at home tomorrow, in my own opinion, is actually the best gift IPOB can give to hopeless Uzodinjo, or Uzodimba, including Buhari, the lifeless money queen. Sit at home. Buhari is going to make your life hell tomorrow anyway. Wherever they take Buhari to, they will shut the road, they will shut the airport, they will shut everywhere. All of you will have to suffer and struggle. Why not just sit at home? They said they are sharing 5,000 naira for people to go and welcome Buhari tomorrow, including getting school children to come and line the streets tomorrow for Buhari, so that they can show that Imo State love Buhari. Uzodinjo and his guys, they are already spraying perfume, black perfume, on the road, in Imo, to everything to look like black, new, brand new, for Buhari to come and see. We have also been told that they have gone as far as Kogi to go and hire people, since some Igbo women and people in Imo State are feeling like some people they are going to bring camera there, and I don't want my son and my daughters to see me on camera. I don't think I can go. So they said they are outsourcing the whole thing to people in Kogi now. You may see some women in Kogi. Some of you may see the video of Buhari tomorrow. You'll be like, Mama Sule, what do you do for when do you become person from Mimo? Because they have already made all the dresses. They've made everything to look like it's real when it is not. So let them have their day. Don't try to prove anything tomorrow. Buhari and gang are so scared inside the asshole rock, far away from Imo, where they are showing him pictures of the people they killed in Imo for him. Imagine how it's going to be when they bring him inside the Imo state tomorrow. And they say, where he's going to see the signs of IPOB everywhere. So don't let them use you to train how to shoot. Stay at home for your own safety. They don't care. And I hope that I'm not going to be here tomorrow evening and start telling you that they killed somebody or they killed this or killed that. Because it's going to be about intimidation, oppression, and eye service tomorrow. They will be so scared that what if somebody is an IPOB member and he just come in and he just shoot Buhari? So they are paranoid, they are mental, they are crazy. And that is why they said Opus or Dejo is shutting people's businesses in Imo State. Those who obey the sister at home. Now, tomorrow be the first one on the 9th. Another one day on the 14th. And that is also all over Biafra land. Ohaneze Ndi Igbo, they are now begging IPOB to please reconsider. Maybe they can use Buhari's visit to negotiate for 2023. IPOB members said to fear, and of fear. Tell me something about that. What is that again? I remember people will be saying that to me. It's pretty much like, I don't remember the meaning. And of fear. Chineke na kpogi oku. Chineke kpogi oku. Tell me the meaning. Oh, I don't fear is bushmeat. Bushmeat is good. It's going to be an insult to the bushmeat. Ohaneze Ndi Igbo. God forbid. Your 2023 dream is a mirage. You're not going to ask or borrow time, even though you're going to buy time anyway. They're going to buy time. That's why I'm telling people that if you understand why people want to leave or break away and what people are doing to make that happen, you will join them. Because it is not just in the interest of those who are asking for it. It is also in the interest of you trapped in a system put together to work against you if you pay attention. So tomorrow is a big day again. If you see crowd anywhere, by now this evening, there are many of them who are actually somebody told me that one. And that one is God punish you. Ohaneze Ndi Igbo. That was what the IPOB said. When Ohaneze Ndi Igbo said, please don't sit at home tomorrow. All the Biafrans, or everybody should come out and meet Buhari, the Jibrin from Sudani, the lifeless breeding mannequin inside the asshole rock. Come. Maybe he's going to give us 2023. Dave Umahi is already doing a PR job, shouting everywhere, telling people, may God give Nigeria a president like Buhari after Buhari. Oh boy, people say, Umahi, no be mental be this. Is this not mental that people should pray for a president like Buhari? Again, all of them are saying, he also said it will pain him. That's Umahi, Dave Umahi of Ebonyi. It will pain him if APC no give Biafrans, the Igbos, the presidency in 2023. In fairness, let's be honest, right? In fairness, if to say Nigeria is working, that they don't have to beg or be intimidated or threatened or killed for anything of power, the Igbos should be allowed to rule Nigeria for the next 25 years so that we can have a balance. After them, then they give it back to the Yorubas. Yorubas will rule for another 10 years to make our own that 25 as well. So that then we can then go back to the Igbos. After that, their first 25 years, you give them another 8 years, okay? And then it comes back to the Yorubas. You give us another 8 years. We now take two of us to 33 years of ruling Nigeria. Then it can then go back to the northern Nigeria, where they have been in power for over 47 years of Nigeria's 61 or 62 years existence. Think about that. So which means if Nigeria was to be a country where equity, justice, fairness is the order of the day, true federalism and all of that, then let's restart. Give Nigeria to the Igbos to rule for the next 25 years. Mayegun, what are you talking about? Mayegun, stop that. We don't want to rule anywhere. I know you don't want to rule anywhere because you know that it's not even possible for them to give you 2 years alone. So yeah, give Igbo people to rule Nigeria for 2 years. Give Igbo people Nigeria to rule Nigeria for 2 weeks. Some of these people, you will see jihad. You will see, what do you call his name? Gandola, the Babariga mobile banking CEO of Kano. You will see him in his true uniform. And that uniform is going to be the jihadi uniform. You know why? They are not going to be patient enough. So I know it's not possible. I'm just saying, we are just talking about the impossibilities now. Because our Ndigbo is asking that let us support Buhari so that Igbos can produce the president in 2023. So that's not flying. It's not working. So tomorrow we're going to run out. The special one, I did a Google Map satellite analysis of Nigeria. I counted more houses in River State than in Sokoto, plus Katsina, plus Kano, plus Borno combined. There is no lie here, brother, sir, or sister. The special one, there is no lie here. Go and do the satellite image search. And then what you are talking about, what you are looking for, the answer will be staring you on the screen, on your screen. But that's the fraud that is called Nigeria. Fraud. Borno State, they have 33 local governments or thereabout. Out of the 33 local governments, about 28 of those local governments are now being controlled by terrorists. There is no government there. There is no people there. Many people have run away into IDP camp, right? But wait for election. Conduct election there tomorrow. You will see 2.8 million votes. And you'll be asking, which address these people use? How come? You know what I mean? That's true life story. Because all they care about is that number that says they can control the government. And as they control the government, they control your life, the economy, and there is a way to fight back. There's a way to push back. One of them is this, for those who have the chance to be in government now. You and I don't have any chance. If I go to any court and I say, I want to sue Nigeria for not letting people to for not letting the regions to collect their own taxes, especially VAT, education tax fund, and many other taxes that they collect for Nigeria, share with this Sharia nuts, and then they still call us infidels. You infidels. It's against our religion, it's against Islam. But Dubai, if you go Dubai, Olosho de Dubai. Olosho de Dubai. If you want, if na cocaine or if na drug or if anything you want to use, you have places you will go to in Dubai. I'm talking about correct places, so joints, good spot, hotels, and lovely places. So they are hosting World Cup, hosting a World Miss World beauty pageant, hosting a World Car race, hosting this and that, and they are Muslim too. While Isba in Kano is breaking into people's hotel, this place where people just demand they do short time. Where Nigeria problem don't frustrate so many people and small time. Man, just quickly do short time. If they do short time 1-5, Israel break the door. They say you they commit adultery, you they commit fornication, you don't break Sharia law. Inside your hotel, adult, 2 consenting adult. But yet, the same people who are hunting people down, you they drink beer, you have committed the sin against Sharia. You come with us, and they are bragging about it. 40 people arrested at a joint for drinking beer in Kano. Kaduna Isba destroyed 500 million naira worth of beer, and they will be saying, "Yes, don't bring your beer to this place. This is the only place where your governors they marry 13-year-old girls. They do marriage publicly. Say na Sharia allows it. These animals, these criminals, these hypocrites." Where you remember that former Yobe state governor, that one where we saw inside hotel with 2 girls, where Baba they do Doremi. Governor Alaji Sharia inside hotel, one small dark room, small place, former governor. And when they ask, they say Sharia is for the poor people. Sharia does not allow them to criticize powerful people, leaders in public. Sharia only said that they should monitor the poor people so that they don't misbehave. Oh, Bele, Sharia or what? Or nonsense, absolute nonsense. Sharia de Dubai, Sharia de Saudi Arabia. But when you go to Saudi Arabia, you have where you can go, your gay can go. You have where they can call you any shorty or anything. You have places where you as a beautiful woman, where you can actually feel so beautiful without somebody thinking that you are making him sin for seeing you looking so robust and so beautiful, curvy, and this woman. I said that because this woman is making me sin. People will be say for Kano, mannequin, they give them erection. They are making laws to say people must stop putting mannequin, naked mannequin. Can you believe that? They say don't put mannequin. You know mannequin that all those baby they take display clothes. They say don't put mannequin to display clothes in Kano because of Sharia, especially female mannequin. This one that you just see some female mannequin with breasts. They say that thing they give erection to these only criminals. And that is the unfortunate thing that they have tagged us and dragged us into. And today, they came out again and they said, this is the saddest part of it. They came out today and they said they are charging 2 of our Oduduwa 12 brothers and sisters. They are charging 2 of them for terrorism. Terrorists are not appearing in courts in Nigeria. Terrorists are getting pardoned by a system that doesn't have any law that pardons terrorists at all. But Nigeria government, DSS, Daura Secret Service came out today to charge our sister, Hamudat Babatunde and Joel, to charge the 2 of them for terrorism, for asking for Yoruba nation. And we were asking, when they took 12 of them on the 1st of January, on the 1st of July, and they killed 2, why did they keep 2 when they released 10? Then the truth came out. The only person who recorded the event of that attack while it was going on was Lady K. Amudat Babatunde. It was Lady K who was live around 2 a.m. when the masked French-speaking Fulani terrorists were attacking Oloye Sunday Igboho's house while DSS monitored the attack. It was Lady K. I'm going to actually find that video. Now, they are charging her for terrorism. After the court granted them bail, court granted 12 of them bail. They met all the bail conditions. Then they said the judge that was to sign their release traveled out of Nigeria. And they played the back and forth of the thing. Then they went to court again to say they wanted to keep them longer, indefinitely. And they wanted the court to grant them that. The court said, you haven't even obeyed the first order I gave to release them. So if you want to detain them again, that would be a different request. You haven't even ordered the one we gave to you. Release them. They still didn't release them. But today, they now filed another case. They said they are charging them for terrorism. My brothers and sisters, in the last 6 months, since you have been seeing the campaign, the awareness of Yoruba nation, have you seen or read anywhere that anyone got attacked, got kidnapped, any property touched? Did you read anywhere that there was any disturbance anywhere? Do you have any video or anything at all to say these people committed any kind of a treasonable offense, or any terrorism offense? The reason why they are charging them for terrorism is this. In Nigeria, if you are a terrorist, you are free to go. If you are an activist, jail or death is your judgment, because terrorist apologists, Taliban, jihadists, enablers are in government. How many times are they going to tell us? Or how many times am I going to tell you? The reason why speaking up, fighting for what is yours, self-determination is fundamental human rights, your rights, my rights, and they are not reasonable or any means of terrorism. But because terrorists are in control of Nigeria, that is why it has become a terrorist act to ask for self-determination. But that won't be for long. It won't, because as much as they believe that they have the control, they have the power, it is just a matter of time. Okay? Somebody said, Mayegu, I have never felt so insulted in my life. Seeing Gumi going to Igbowo in Oyo, going to Modakeke, Ilesha, and all these places is actually a slap on the face of all the Yorubas. Some said they went there for some ritual. I don't give a damn about that. But I feel insulted too. I don't know how you feel. I actually feel so insulted when I saw the video where they were talking about Nigeria united and all of that. They were talking about Igbo being detained in Benin Republic. But again, for somebody who sent me that video, and it was like, I've shared the video with you before. I said, Baba, now we fuck up. Now it's our own fault. The only man that knows the location and whereabouts of all the terrorists and their leaders in northern Nigeria, at least, apart from the one that came out to actually show us that he knows their whereabouts, apart from the government that is funding them, that also knows their whereabouts, is Osama Gumi. Osama Gumi told us that the terrorism will not go away. Osama Gumi continued to preach to them in northern Nigeria that giving amnesty to terrorists and pardoning them and even empowering them is the only way out of all this logjam, and therefore those asking to break away from Nigeria must be dealt with. And to his words, and true to his words, they are dealing with those who are asking to break away from Nigeria to save their people from this Armageddon. They have Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in detention and cooking up different lies in order to keep him there until they conduct their sham election, if they ever have to conduct anyone, and to slow the increasing, displeasure of people with Buhari and the APC, Egbekegbe's failure in government, which has also helped to swell the rank of self-determination campaigners and promoters. So taking them away will probably slow it down. Where they thought, well, it doesn't seem to be slowing it down. They keep cooking up stories like this one, another annoying one. But before I even share that with you, right? Look at this. When we talk about farm invasion, cows invading farms, that prompted people to say they want to stand up and defend themselves, like Oloye Sunday Igboho encouraged us. He stood, he fought, he did his best until those that wanted him dead sent the killers after him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did a lot. Set up ESN where volunteers, young, brilliant Igbo sons and daughters volunteered to protect, to become the forest rangers, the ones that protect the vulnerable people, the farmers, from these endless, unprovoked, murderous and bloody attacks from these Fulani terrorists. He did that, and that was so audacious. It was so big, it was so huge, that he actually struck a very, very, very bad chord in their nerves, that they came for him, that they were ready to move earth and mountain to get him. So they put him away to slow that down. But it hasn't really done that for them, if we have to say. So them coming up to charge and sue these two people for terrorism, I so much believe in the efforts so far of the legal team of the Lana Omo Odua, the legal team that has been standing and representing everyone being persecuted by this Fulani terrorist government in Nigeria. But that is what they have done, suing them for terrorism when they have committed no act of terrorism, so to say. Okay, so even at this point, as much as they know that they are losing, they still pretty much don't believe that they can lose completely if people can be controlled. But let me tell you something very, very honestly. I got this. When they say you found them in their farms, destroying people's farms, okay? We are talking about you cultivating a land, planting, then, weeding, then to the point that you are now looking forward to harvesting. And then this happens. So do you understand when they say Fulani terrorists invade people's farms? That is what that simply means. Okay. And as those cows are feeding on those corn or those corn stems, right? The terrorists are holding their AK-47 somewhere, monitoring the cows or monitoring anybody that will come. So a farmer that comes to farm and you see hundreds of cows feeding on your own crops, what will first happen to you? Especially if you have to borrow money to cultivate and grow those crops where you expect to make some money, profits. You can't fight, because if you do fight, they will send their soldiers to that community, beat you up, even arrest you. Okay? So it is that ridiculous that people have said, well, we can't be dealing with this. This can't be the life we're going to choose. And that has offended the terrorists in government in Nigeria. That's what brought us to the level of we want to break up, let everybody go his own way so that people can protect themselves, they can protect their land, they can protect their own people as much as possible. That's how we got here. But it seems that because you know one thing is this, the moment Lagos State is APC state, you know that. The moment APC said, or Lagos said, we are going to make our own law on VAT. That is huge. It is like an investor. This is how I see it. Too. An investor in a company that contributes about 62% of the entire capital in that company. Only for him never to have the position of CEO of that company. All you need to own a company is to have at least 51% of that money there, right? Now, the people who control the company, the owners of the company, some of them, they don't have up to 0.30%. Well, they don't even have up to 1% contribution in that company, but they control, they are the owner, they are the CEO. They are the ones who decide what every investor will get in that company. That is what that VAT is all about. All the 36 states in Nigeria are supposed to be contributing into that VAT. Okay. Now, many of them, they don't even have anything to contribute at all. Zero. I mean, like zero. And you'll be asking me, should I know they sell coke inside their state? Well, they do sell coke. So imagine now you have where a state like Lagos State is contributing 48 billion in a month. Rivers State is contributing 15.5 billion in a month. Ogun State is contributing over 7 billion in a month. Your state is contributing almost 9 billion in a month. Osun is contributing about 1.7 billion in a month. Ekiti is contributing same about 1.6 billion in a month. Ondo is contributing about 3.9 billion in a month. But by the time you break it down, Lagos State that is giving 48 billion will collect 10 billion. Rivers State, Delta State is contributing almost almost 13 billion. That will surprise you. Delta State. Now, the River State that is contributing 15 billion, over 15 billion, is collecting 5 billion. Ogun State that is contributing 7-point-something billion is collecting less than 1 billion. Kano that is contributing less than 500 million, Kano is collecting about 6 billion. Kebbi that is contributing less than 200 million a month, that Kebbi is collecting over 3 billion every month. So the people that control that purse, that control that money, they are not even from Lagos. They are not from Rivers. They are not from Ogun. They are not from Delta. They are not from Oyo. They are from the places like Borono, from all the places that contributed nothing. So immediately Lagos State said, we are going to be collecting our own VAT by ourselves. We're not contributing any VAT to anybody anymore. Oh boy, now begging follow. You remember when Ondo State Governor signed anti-open grazing bill into law? Yetiala kept threatening the Ondo, threatening all of us. Immediately, Lagos said they are going to ban open grazing. They are going through it now. They haven't signed it into law, but they are going through it now. We're going to ban open grazing. We are also going to hold our VAT. Waiting remain for company. If Lagos takes 62% of their contribution, Rivers State take their own about 15 to 20% contribution. And everybody take their own contribution. Waiting remain inside the company. Let the CEO, the Almajiri, Fulani Almajiri that doesn't contribute anything, but just to the leeches, the leeches, let them keep the company and continue to share their VAT among themselves. Let them collaborate. All the KKK, Katsina, Kano, Kaduna, Borno, Yobe, and Niger, Nasarawa, Zamfara, and Kebbi. Made them all contribute together, match themselves together, and form the union of VAT contributors and start sharing that money and see if they will have money to pay bandits. If they will have money, they won't. They started begging Lagos. They said, Lagos, please, we should be our brothers' keepers. No, brothers' keepers, call. Brothers defenders, ni. Or brothers midfielder, ni. Or winger, ni. Who is your brother? In Bobrisky's voice. He said, hello, bro. Think now, be your bro's keeper. Who is your bro? Who is your bro? We said we don't want a Fulani terrorists kidnapping our people, taking over our land. You said it is either our land or our lives. You were giving conditions and all of that. Now you are calling us be your brother's keeper. Who is your bro? They are begging. And I bet that, maybe they will use that to leverage with Tifnumbu. Since Tifnumbu don't get stuck in London right now, I don't think they found the wheelchair that they are going to use. So maybe they will use that to beg him and say, Tifnumbu, please, 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 talk to Sonweku. Okay? Please. This VAT go shock us, so we go broke beyond anything. Not in CBN again. You get what I mean now? Maybe they can use that to leverage with him and say, okay, we'll give you 2023 if you can help us beg them not to take Lagos. Because the oil no sell again. And whatever they can get right now, they will grab it. But the best thing they can do, if they are looking for their bro, the best they can do right now is to go and buy Wishia for the Arokeshi of London, who is now a photo. Tifnumbu is now a photo in London. Everybody go there to go and snap picture. Your president is now a picture. You remember that? Let me have a drink break. I'll be back.
Nigeria president now photo. Everybody go snap photo with that. Say our president is snap photo with the Bishop of Archbishop of Canterbury. Hey, snap photo with the Rogers. Hey, snap photo with this one. Now president now photo on a vote. Your president is now a picture. Photo. Not be juju be that. Not be when our fathers die for a dollar and we they cover them, keep them for house, they pour libation. You lose friend and prayer and say.
So, Tifnumbu is now photo. Everybody go there to snap picture now. So, make them buy wheelchair, bring her and come, or quickly call Sonweku to travel to London to go and tell Tifnumbu about this. Or maybe they will do it. But the bottom line is this. If you ask anybody who is asking that Nigeria should restructure, even if you don't want Nigeria to break up, I'm talking about those who don't even want Nigeria to break up now, but they don't want this Nigeria. They don't want this one. They want the one that at least give them everything that those who are asking for Biafra and those who are asking for Oduduwa Republic are asking for. Totality. You don't need permission from anybody. But they don't want this Nigeria. They are not going to get the restructuring. You're not going to get anything there. They are going to restructure Nigeria according to their own taste. And good enough now, it seems that some southern politicians are following the same trait. Because these guys have been restructuring Nigeria to their own taste. And they are forcing all of you to agree with them. Now, with this VAT, with the open grazing ban, with so many other things that we'll still probably see to come, trust me, they will eventually have to agree with us, because what we are asking for is not to negotiate for resource control, negotiate for this or we are talking about a total overhaul that will then give people a complete and total new beginning that they have a say in, not patch anything anymore. And that starts with the Constitution, that fake book that they put together there. Some said, Mayegun, this is what I don't agree with you. Now war we go fight. I say, Baba, me I no be soldier where they carry gun.
But you see this microphone, some of my friends have told me that it's more powerful than the gun because it speaks directly to the mind that is going to pull the trigger. Do you understand that? There are those who are going to fight a war. There are those who are going to push us to that level. But until that is done, until they made their Waterloo, which is not really far anymore, yeah, until then, we must continue to build the mind of those who are going to pull the trigger. I won't say more than that, but trust me, even after pulling the trigger, even after all the boom, 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 those who survive, they will still have to nominate people to go to a table, a meeting, and then negotiate the complete desecration of the complete balkanization of the entire thing. Whatever is left. What some of us are saying right now is that stop beating around the bush. Stop asking for we control our VAT. No. Just go for the whole thing. Ask for the southern, with your southern solidarity, ask for the autonomy of the southern Nigeria, control everything, and let those who wants to control their cows, let them bring their cows through the border by paying the border duty. Yeah. Make them respect the people. And like I do say, right, if they are not going to do it, we're going to wake up one morning, and all of them, those who are pretending, those who are oppressing, those who claim to be too powerful, all of them will be gone. That will be when the people have rising up and say, enough. But until then, we'll continue to build that mind because it is so important that we build that mind so that we don't build a rational mind or put together an irrational mind. People who can't think things through. I mean, but I caught this guy. It's crazy, by the way. They were talking about the insecurity in northern Nigeria, and he was struggling to rope in IPOB into it. I decided to share that with you as part of the way they make propaganda on national TV, and the gullible ones, you know, Nigeria, the gullible one feed on this fraud and these lies, and they share them, and they begin to make sense to them, even though they are all baseless. This guy is trying to say IPOB members, Fulani terrorists arrested, they found some of them as IPOB members. Can you believe that? Somebody actually said that.
The president takes the bulk. He is the commander-in-chief. But then we have to look that Mr. President has to work with some lieutenants. He has some subordinates. So in the whole issue, the president inclusive and down to the lowest ladder, we need patriotism. Patriotism is the keyword. If the country is worth living, then it was dying for. That is number one. Again, when you are talking about the whole problems now, be it Boko Haram, that is, you call it terrorists, it is terrorists, then cattle restaurants, the banditries, farmer herders, the communal IPOB, whatever, they are now interwoven. Why do I say so? I have 2-3 principal witnesses that were kidnapped here in Abuja, kidnapped by some people from that you can term the IPOB group. They took them to these banditries, cattle restaurants, and onward to Boko Haram. And the Boko Haram settled those people. And then the Boko Haram negotiated for the ransom. So
they are all related now.
That is the issue. That is why the issue becomes more complex. I have 3 people that were kidnapped and they went through this scenario. The astonishing part of it, the security agencies, they know all these their camps, be it banditry camp, be it Boko Haram. Because look, night comes out, we have satellite, we have all this. A common secondary school student now can do drone to track something. Do you?
Oshoni, Ajeni, Elebologun ni, Amaniseni ni, Afaimaniseni ni, wọ́n á fi yín sílẹ̀.
Did you hear the Olori Bruku? IPOB kidnapped people in Abuja and they sold the people to bandits. Bandits sold the people to Boko Haram. So Boko Haram now came back to negotiate for the ransom of the people kidnapped by IPOB in Abuja. That is how the Buhari idiot talks. I hope Philip is watching me. Philip, did you see your colleague? Some of you said, don't ever allow Philip to call this program again. This guy is a mental case. I said, no. Let's hear from Philip too. Because no be only Philip to get this kind of reasoning. And when they start talking like that, they don't need to give you evidence, no fact. They will say, I have principal witnesses. What is principal witnesses? What the fuck is that? Principal witnesses. They make up stories, they give them live on the national TV. Does that make any sense to you? Does it? That's what they do. They sleep, they wake up, they dream. When they are with their wife, when they are here or there, they think about IPOB. They dream of it everywhere because they know that since this IPOB took this new dimension, it will say it is contagious. So everybody just won't leave Niger. We don't want to be part of Nigeria anymore. We don't want to be part of Nigeria anymore. We want to leave. We want to go. Since IPOB started this non-stop revolution. And these guys have been running mad everywhere. When they see anything, they blame IPOB. They say, why the petrol DI? They blame. As you are watching this video right now, by the way, they said there is no fuel. There's already fuel scarcity in eastern Nigeria now, in Biafra land. Do you know that? Some people are already paying 350 naira to a liter for black market in Enugu, in Onitsha. People are already paying for that too. I just remembered now. I thought I should tell you. Why that guy was blaming IPOB, trying to make up stories. This one, governor, this one, he said the truth. Listen.
The people, these elements that are killing people in the name of banditry, do you perhaps have an idea of who these people are? You mentioned that they have different groups. But I know that you've made an overture to some of them, to reach out to them, to in fact grant amnesty to some of them. Who are these people in the real sense of it, Governor?
They are the same people like me who speak the same language like me, who profess the same religious beliefs like me. So what we have here on ground, these bandits, they are not aliens. They are people we know. They are people that have been living with us for hundreds of years. The infiltration we have from some West African countries and North African countries are also people of the Fulani extraction. Majority of those involved in this banditry are Fulanis, whether it is palatable or not, but that's the truth. I'm not saying 100% of them are Fulani, but the majority of them are. And these are people who live in the forest, with their main occupation is rearing of cattle. Probably over time.
Do you understand? Anyway, they have met their Waterloo. Let's start with that. Whatever they plotted when they took over power, and they thought that the whole world would worship at their feet. Now they've miscalculated. This is backfiring. And what they condemned the South for is what they are now doing. They are banning open grazing in Katsina, banning open grazing in Zamfara, banning open grazing in Kaduna. And yeah. So whoever is bringing Buhari to Imo tomorrow should remember one thing. Use your time well. It's all been documented. And as they say, nobody will work for Nigeria and will not come back in shame.
Since that day I heard that word, honestly, I've been thinking about it, that why would you want to go and work for Nigeria because something told you that you could change anything? You're going to come back in shame. It's true. So thank you so much for your time with me tonight. Tomorrow is the sit at home. Please, I advise, especially in Imo State, if you don't really have to go out. Tomorrow is Thursday. If you can avoid going anywhere along the route where Buhari and the rest of his gang are, if you can if you can really afford not to go anywhere, if you can avoid completely going out, please honor and respect the sit at home. These terrorists are going to be in town, and trust me, everyone is a suspect. Those who are even in their government are considered as IPOB member. Would you believe that? They are treated with suspicion, not to talk of coming to the territory of IPOB. A place that Opus Odinjo is acting like the military administrator anyway. He has all the military protection just to protect him and his family in case of if the IPOB come for him. He's paranoid too. So tomorrow and every other day they spent in Imo is going to be about blood, not about projects, not about progress. It's going to be about blood, oppression, suppression, and many other vices that they have all been committing in that place. Stay away if you can. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time. To my friends on YouTube, we got up to 2,700 of us earlier, and I'm grateful to the almost 1,000 of you who took your time to give that thumb up. You can just give that before you go, okay? Leave the chat room and click like on the video. If you haven't really subscribed onto Mayegun's Diary Political, go on YouTube now, search for it, Mayegun's Diary Political. Subscribe, set your notification, and when I'm back again tomorrow, it will be us again. Thank you so much for your time. Stay safe, and good night, everyone.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Máyégún máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Máyégún máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Máyégún máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí fa. Máyégún máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Máyégún máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Máyégún máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹ̀rùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní.